And welcome back to another Paul's Aquariums unboxing video. I'm Paul, this is Paul's Aquariums, aquarium shop in Brisbane for the last 26 years. Yes, it's been that long. We have lots of boxes of fish to unbox. I think there's some new axolotls. And talking about axolotls, at the end of this video, we'll show you the baby axolotls that are just about to hatch. If you saw the video from last week, it was last week, that's last week, that, yeah, our axolotl laid eggs. So lots and lots of eggs about to hatch. We'll have lots of axolotls. Will they be weird, stunty, short-bodied axolotls? Will they be normal? Who knows? We're not going to really know for probably a month or two, but the eggs are about to hatch, which is very quick. I don't think it's been a week. Has it been a week? Well, they're developing. They haven't hatched yet. Give them another week and they'll be out. But we'll show you that at the end of this video. And also, because the last video, I have a discount code on all the fish and plants in the shop. No one saw it. I had to write it in the comments because it was hard to find. So this week's discount code is that word there. If you use that word between that date and that date, well, until that date on the screen, you get 10% off any fish, any plant in the shop. So just come in, say that word before you pay for your stuff. We'll give you a discount and you can have a discount on fish, even the fish and stuff in these boxes. And we do have new plant tanks and stuff, so I'll show you those when I show you some axolotls soon. First bags. Now, this is weird. I did read the invoice and we were supposed to get 10 of these, but we only got 2, and apparently they need babying. They do look like a pair though. I don't really want to breed these. I do, because they're awesome, but I can't really sell them because they're a little bit mingy. Mingy is the right word. These are mingy. These are yellow jacket cichlids, which look really nice as they mature. They get a decent size, like say 20-25 centimeters on average. There's 2. That looks like a male. That looks like a female. I may have them available if they perk up by the time that this video is live or aired or whatever it is. By the time you're watching this, these may be available, so comment down below or talk to me on social media and we'll see if we have a nice pair of yellow jacket cichlids. 99% sure they're a pair. Yeah, it looks like a male. The more I look at it, very easy to breed, very cool fish. If I've got time, I will stick an adult one on the screen so you can see what they look like. Nice fish, I know, and easy to breed. Next, talking about big fish. Yes, there are big fish in these bags. We have barramundi. Okay, every day's a Sunday when you're fishing Barramundi. So barramundi obviously will get 5-6 foot long. They're huge. They are predatory. They're a tropical fish, so you want to keep them nice and warm. So anything from like 25 degrees all the way up to like 30 degrees or so. These are probably a good, what, 10-15 centimeters? So if you want a decent sized barra, and I'm pretty sure there's like maybe half a dozen or so in there somewhere. Want a decent sized barra that's going to eat absolutely everything, can outgrow even a 6-foot tank. Now is the time to get a barra. Awesome barramundi. Yay, keep them slightly alkaline, full fresh. They'll even survive full salt as they mature. Just an all-round awesome predatory fish if you want something big and predatory. An Australian native, barra. The complete opposite of a barra would be a tiny little Neocaridina shrimp, and they are small, little yellow Neocaridina shrimp. So these are your cherry shrimps, but your yellow ones, obviously. I think we have red ones. There might be some blue ones in stock. We're about to set up a whole shrimp wall, and I'm breeding shrimp at home. So we'll have lots of shrimp soon, but we have more yellow Neocaridina. Awesome little things. You want to keep these cold, so below like 25 degrees Celsius. They'll be quite happy at like 15-20 degrees. Yellow, lovely, pretty. Most fish will eat them, so try not to keep them with fish apart from peaceful catfish and stuff like that, like little tiny pygmy cories and otocinclus, bristlenose, things like that. Anything big will just inhale them, but lots of yellow cherry shrimp back in stock. Another yellow thing, but it's a fish this time. I don't know why we do that. Honey dwarf gourami. So these are an awesome little Asian fish. Super peaceful, like the water warm, so 26 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius, slightly acidic, so pH just below 7. And look how nice they are. Males are yellow, females are yellow. They max out around that sort of 5 centimeters on average, so not overly big, so only a little bit bigger than what you see there. Awesome little community fish if you want something with tetras, raspora, peaceful sort of stuff. These will do super, super well. just an all-round lovely fish. They do want some sort of surface cover, so floating plants or plants that go all the way up to the top, they'll be super happy. Bubble nest builders, that's the way that they breed. They build a big nest of bubbles. Very easy fish to breed too if you want something a little bit cool and a little bit more specialized. Honey dwarf gouramis, and there's males, there's females. They're nice. I should breed those one day, but honey dwarfs. And we've jumped to axolotls. Okay. Yep, we have axolotls. And what are these? That is a beady black-eyed albino and an albino. Okay, so two awesome albinos. Well, black-eyed leucistic and albino. So we have more axolotls, even though we're about to hatch hundreds of axolotls. Good time if you want some awesome axolotls or Mexican walking fish. I'm pretty sure there is. Yep, there is. And there's some black axolotls as well. Well, yeah, they're sort of blacky. Are they black? Are they brown? Are they browny black? A different color anyway. So we've got more axolotls in. So you want to keep these guys and girls cold. So below 20 degrees Celsius, they will need a decent sized tank. So one is going to want about 100 liters or so. You're going to max out about 30 centimeters. All round awesome little things. But if you want to see more about how to set them up and stuff, when I show you the babies in that tank, which is just over there at the end of this video, I'll show you how it's set up and stuff as well. Pretty easy, but very, very awesome. Weird things to keep. They never morph into a salamander, so they stay in the tadpole stage and breed in that tadpole stage, but lots of axolotls in. There should be a couple of bags of these, but this is one bag, and I'm sure there's another one in there somewhere. These are one of the most awesome Corydoras. These get huge. They get like about 10 centimeters, maybe 12 centimeters. They don't like the water too warm, so 24 degrees to 20 degrees. They are a little bit sensitive, so if you have like a water fluctuation in temperature or pH, that can usually wipe them out, which is a real shame. They are an awesome fish. I am half tempted to take some home. I know. I have to. They're so cool. But these are Barbados Corydoras. Very, very awesome fish. They have like a long snout to them. Generally just a cool looking Corydoras because they're cool and they like the water slightly cool. Yeah, so don't keep them really, really warm, but they will get huge. And they're such an impressive catfish when they get bigger. Schoolings, you want a group of them, so easily have like about 5 or 6 or so. I think we've got like about 20, 25 here. Unless I take some home. I might wait till after the weekend, and if there's still some, they're mine. It gives everyone a sporting chance. You can turn up tomorrow and Sunday, depending on what day you're watching this. So this Saturday after this is aired would probably be the best time to race in and get some awesome Corys if you do want some. Just nice looking fish, but if they're still there on Sunday and I want to, I'm gonna kind of pinch some because they're cool. Cut. There may be more, but we've got a lot of bags of platies. So platies are a Central American fish, and it looks like we've got some weird sort of motley colored blue ones. We have some sunset platies, and we have those weird peppered ones again. So very, very easy fish to keep. You can keep them pH-wise from 7 to 7.5. Ideally about 7.72 is their nice range. They'll survive anything from 20 degrees to 26 degrees. Pretty tough, tolerant fish. Very pretty. They have live babies like guppies and mollies and stuff like that do. So one platy can have 60 or so babies every couple of months. So you end up with a lot of platies if they don't eat each other, because the females will eat the babies after they give birth and the males will chase around and eat them. But you've got a lot of plants and stuff like that. You're going to get a lot of babies survive. And the cool thing with these is you're going to keep getting different colored ones. So you'll have all these rainbow of colored fish, lots of babies. Yeah, if you have enough plants, you're going to get heaps survive, and you can just line breed all the cool ones and just end up with like thousands of really nice, colorful tropical fish, because who doesn't want to do that? But lots of platies in. There'll be more bags of these, but we also got lots of sailfin mollies. Now, if you haven't seen a sailfin molly before, they're like a regular molly, but obviously they have a big dorsal sailfin to them, but they get huge. They can get like a good 15 centimeters or so, which is a monstrous fish. Back in the day, and this is like hundreds of years ago, it seems like hundreds of years ago, there used to be really big sailfin mollies in just about every aquarium shop, but I think with genetics and breeding them with smaller ones in there, a lot of these stay a lot smaller now. So maybe say about 10, 12 centimeters. You're not really going to get a monstrous 15, 20 centimeters unless you're really, really lucky. But yeah, Again, mollies are an awesome fish. They will survive full salt to full fresh. Don't like the pH below 7, so anything from 7 to 8 as long as it's stable, and mollies will do super, super well. There are some really, really nice looking mollies. Hopefully you can see them on screen. Big sailfins. These are all boys, but again, if you mix them with the females, you'll get babies, but genetic wise, they're not going to be as big as sailfin molly to sailfin molly. I have no idea why the wholesalers don't import female, these are males, female sailfin mollies. They only import males. It's such a pain. We've been asking for years, where are your female sailfin mollies? The last time was like 15 years ago we saw them. So someone import females, that would be wonderful. Then we can breed giant sailfin mollies, because why not? And just when you thought you were safe from neon tetras, we have neon tetras back in stock. So red, blue, little white bellies, awesome little tetras from South America. Lots of neons, very, very common, awesome fish. Who doesn't want those in a normal community tank? They're nice, schooling, peaceful, relatively cheap, and pretty awesome little fish. But lots of neons back in. There should be more tetras, or I can see more tetras, yay. Okay, these are tetras. These are called kitty tetras. I don't know why they're called kitty tetras. They don't look like cats. They don't make cat noises. Why are they called kitty tetras? Someone can Google it and comment in the comments. That would be wonderful, because I'm not going to Google that. I'm not going to Google why a kitty tetra is called a kitty tetra. But these look relatively nice. They can be a little bit nippy, but they're a relatively small, peaceful fish, silver with the lovely black and white bits on their tail, which kind of makes them stand out really, really well in a community tank. Go great with neons, stuff like that. But a different schooling tetra if you want something small and peaceful for a lovely tropical tank. Kitty tetras, because they're called kitty tetras. That makes no sense. Kitty, kitty, meow, meow. More Barbados, awesome little Corydoras, which aren't so little. Comment down below if you reckon I should just take a whole heap home. Or if you want some, come in and get them before I take them home. If you're watching this in another month or two after upload, sorry, I took them home, or they sold, boo. Next. Ooh, look at the color of those. Okay, these are like the honey dwarf gouramis, but these are the red version, so red honey dwarf gouramis. They are very red this time. Usually they're a dull, yucky color. So maybe these are a slightly different subspecies, or maybe just a different color variety. They are bright orange. That is pretty awesome. So these are a dwarf gourami. They stay small, being a dwarf gourami. They're a gourami. They breathe through the surface. Just an all-round awesome fish. But if you want something that's orange to go with your yellow ones, you can keep them together as long as there's enough space. But we have orange dwarf gouramis, or orange honey dwarf gouramis with red orange honey dwarf gouramis. Maybe they're called red honey dwarf gouramis, but they're orange. Why wouldn't they call them orange? I'm going to call them orange. They're orange red honey dwarf gouramis. Hey, cherry barbs. Oh, and look at the color of those. Okay, these are slightly better batch than the last ones, which were really, really, really tiny. These ones are a decent size. You can see males, you can see females, and they're nicely bright colored. Nicely bright colored. They are nicely bright colored. That was the discount code, by the way, so if you didn't see that at the start, go back to the start. There is a discount code on fish and plants if you're local. But nicely bright colored little barbs. These are super peaceful. Most barbs are nippy, but cherry barbs are not. You can keep them with tetras, guppies, anything like that that's super peaceful. If you want your pH like 6.5 to 7, they will be quite happy. They're going to max out about 5 centimeters, and they go bright, bright cherry red colored. They are a super, super lovely fish. So if you want something red and awesome, go for these. Schoolings, they get 5 or so of them, and you can't really go wrong. They're just an all-round awesome looking fish. More Corydoras. Okay, what are these? Albino bronze Corydoras. So these are pretty cool as well. So these are going to max out about 5-6 centimeters. Very hard to kill. They will survive 10 degrees up to like nearly 30 degrees, and pH wise anything from 6 to 7. And they're a decent looking fish this time. Not that they're not a decent looking fish, but they are a really lovely little shaped fish. They're perky, there's lots of them. Albino, Corydoras, schoolings. So get a group of 3 or more. Ideally 6 is better than 3. Have a little group of them. They won't eat algae, but they're going to eat detritus and food off the bottom of your tank, and all around super peaceful with community fish. They keep with tetras, guppies, platies, all that sort of stuff, and they will do well. Lots of awesome albino bronze cories. Yay! More mollies, but these are balloon mollies, which is kind of crazy because it's a line-bred genetic mutation. So little round stumpy fish, but they're a molly. So these are kind of the opposite of your sailfin mollies. Yeah, and you can get sailfin balloon mollies, which is just a ball with fins, really. But everything that applies to the mollies applies to these. These are just like a pug dog is different than a non-pug dog. Cats. What can you even say about them? Look at them. They're pretty cool. Tropical fish, and they're mollies, but crazy looking. Yep. Okay, a last bag. Oh my goodness. Look at the size of the snails. Okay. These are gold mystery snails. They're called mystery snails because they apparently move mysteriously around the tank. They're actually a very fast snail. So they can go from like one side of a 2-foot tank to the other side within like 20 seconds. They move really, really fast, but huge, big amount of giant gold mystery snails. If you want some jumbo mystery snails, now is the time. I'm pretty sure I've got more turning up tomorrow, which may be in this video, may not be, but what we're going to do now is show you the awesome little baby axolotl eggs. They're not baby eggs. Okay, we're going to show you the axolotl eggs, which are potentially going to be baby axolotls because you can actually see them forming in the eggs. Let's go do that now. And we're on the other side of the camera. It is actually the next day, and I have been moving half the shop around. So we have new plant tanks. Yes, these were not here before, so everyone that's a regular customer, there was a giant big stand, which is that stand there, all the way here, and that is going to a member. Obviously, as I keep sort of saying in each video, members get different videos, and there is always discounted things and random tanks and stuff like that. So if you do want to become a member, there'll be a link down below that shows you how to do all that wonderful stuff. But we have new plant tanks, lots of Alodia available. I think this is like $8.80 a bunch or 3 for $24, but they are big bunches. This tank's nearly 2 foot high. Lots of other plants turning up as well, and I am redoing this system into something completely different soon. But while we're here, we did get some local bred silver cichlids. Those little guys there, they are absolutely awesome. So Argentina cichlids, got a fair few of those available. They are really, really nice fish. If you've seen any of my fish room videos, you'll know that I keep adult ones of these. They're gonna max out around about that sort of 40 to, yeah, about 30 to 40 centimeters on average. Really, really cool fish, but I have a fair few of those available if you want some awesome, awesome cichlids. But we are going to check out the baby axolotl eggs. I keep saying baby axolotl eggs. They're not baby axolotl eggs, they are axolotl eggs. And they are in this tank here, which is a 2-foot tank. We have a canister filter and a chiller. It is a very simple setup. The water is coming out of the tank into the canister filter, pumping into the chiller, then back into this tank. And let's have a little zoom in. There are the eggs. So that is what they look like currently. There are quite a lot of eggs. There are eggs all over the Alodia, and they're just starting to form into, looks kind of like a baby hippo, doesn't it? Yeah, that's kind of creepy, but that is what a baby axolotl looks like. So probably, I think we're about, what, 6 or 7 days in at the moment. So that's what a 7-day-old egg will look like. Yeah, that's kind of creepy. But as they develop, they're going to start to look like miniature little axolotls. Probably another week or so to go, and then we'll have a whole heap of little baby axolotls hatching out of their eggs. Look at that. That's pretty creepy. So many. Oh, look, that one definitely looks like a hippo. Okay, doesn't look like a hippo. Maybe I haven't seen many hippos, but maybe comment down below if you reckon they look like hippos or not. But we have lots and lots of eggs. So they're currently kept between 20 and 21 degrees Celsius with the chiller. Yes, once they hatch, I will need a lot more room for them. And while we are here, we should show you the axolotls, because Mum is still in with the new axolotls, and they are in the bigger tank around here. Okay, here they all are. That is the back end of Mum. And if you saw my video on the axolotls, you'll know that she is a weird short body. She's got a very small tail compared to the bigger ones like that one there. You hit the glass, mate. And the other one's around the other side. Let me move around the other side and show you. So with axolotl tanks, you want a fine substrate. So you want a fine sand so they can't swallow gravel or anything like that. You want it nice and cool for them, and you want enough room. So axolotls themselves are going to max out around about that sort of 35 centimeter sort of size, which is pretty big. So you want at least 100 liters per axolotl, as I said. There's a weird colored one there. There's a cool blacky one. That's one of the new ones. Such a cool thing. There is an albino there with beady red eyes. But yeah, all around just awesome little things to keep if you want something a little bit different. As long as you have a chilled tank and a lot of water for them, they'll be happy. Anyway, that was this video. If you did enjoy this video, click the thumbs up so I know. If you want to watch the axolotls laying eggs and stuff like that, that'll be on the screen in a minute or so. And thank you very, very much for watching. Any comments, comment down below. And thanks heaps to my members. We will see you in the next video.